is Apba Baseball Classics, where yesterday's stars performed through cards and dice classic games on our tabletops. Good morning, everybody. This is Apba Brian and Apba Baseball Classics, bringing to you game number 13 of the King of the Hill Tournament. We're playing Apba Classic baseball teams. Today we have the Chicago American Giants of 1917 at the 1915 current Kings of the Hills, newly minted Kings of the Hills, the Babe Ruth Boston Red Sox. I like Apba baseball. I know there are lots of baseball games out there. I love Stratomatic baseball, payoff pitch baseball. There are a lot of great games out there. But one of the things I like about Apba baseball is you can look at the cards and see what kind of a team you're dealing with. I was doing a little research for this game and looking up some of the players of the Chicago American Giants. And player after player was mentioned as a good hit and run player. That was Rube Foster's style. He was the manager of the team. He liked to hit and run. He liked to sacrifice a lot. He liked fast players. He liked pitching, and he liked defense a great deal. He's one of the great managers of Negro League Baseball. So when you look at these cards of the Chicago American Giants, you can tell they're a good hit and run team by just counting the 31s, which are usually fly ball outs to center field. Most cards have two, some only have one, but some have three, and 31s on your card is a good hit and run player because against most pitchers that turns an out into a base hit with the runner going to third base. So looking at these players, Bingo DeMoss, he's got 3 31s, one at 24, 34, and a 31 at 63. Preston Hill, he's got 3 31s, one at 21, 34, and 63. Pop Lloyd, another good hit and run player, 24, 34, and 63. So you can look at these cards. Then I'm looking at, I think it was Billy Francis. They talked about how he was kind of a modern day Ron Hunt and Eddie Stanky, who liked to take a lot of walks and hit by pitches. He used to wear oversized jerseys to try to create more hit by pitches. And you look at Billy Francis cards, and lo and behold, there are 5 14s on there, which are usually bases on balls in the Apba game. So you can look at the cards and without even doing any research, kind of give an idea what kind of a team it is. We're joined today by Cleveland baseball fan who says, good morning, Brian. Good morning, Tim. And also, excuse me, King Kachko, who says, good morning, Lori and Tim. Hope everything's going well for you back at Connecticut, Ken. Here's our starting lineups for today's games. Rather than reading the lineups today, just pause the screen. And if you're scoring at home, you can write down your own lineup and then resume the game. That was the Chicago American Giants. Here are the Boston Red Sox. Babe Ruth is in the lineup. We talked about this last time we played. Babe Ruth's not pitching today, but he is going to be playing right field. He didn't start doing that regularly for the Giants until the 1918 season at the suggestion of Harry Hooper to management that they needed to get his spectacular bat into the lineup. Still hit 315 in 1917 season with 3 homers and 100 at bats. So Babe's in the lineup today. Good pitching today. Cannonball Dick Redding is on the mound for the American Giants. He is an AC pitcher. And Ernie Shore is on the mound for the Boston Red Sox, also an AC pitcher. I think this is the first time we've had AC pitchers on both teams on one of our Apba games. Shore had a 1.65 ERA, 18 wins in the 1916 season. All right, let's begin. Jess Barber steps into the lineup. I'm not sure how to spell that last name. They've got Barber as in a haircut guy on the Apba card. In James Riley's Negro Leagues Encyclopedia, it's spelled Barbour. Here's the pitch to Barber. 3-6 is a 33. Pop up on the infield, and that's taken by the shortstop, Everett Scott. One down. Boston is a defensive 2 fielding team, and the Chicago American Giants are well above beyond 1. Actually, they are a total of 44, which means 41 to be a fielding column 1. Here's Bingo DeMoss, one of the leading second basemen of his day. 52 is a ground ball to third base, fielded by Gardner. And DeMoss is cut down at first. Here's P. Hill, the only 300 hitter on the Lincoln Giants team. 2-5 is a 9 against an AC pitcher. That's going to be a ground out to the shortstop. So 3 up and 3 down for the Red Sox. The runs hits are actually for the Giants. The runs hits are errors. Bottom of the first, 0-0 with the Red Sox coming to bat, including Babe Ruth on the lineup. A little different lineup than last time. Dick Hoblitzel, the Red Sox first baseman, is the leadoff hitter today. Pitch to Hoblitzel. 4-2 is a swing and a miss. Cannonball Dick Redding strikes out Hoblitzel. Guess what kind of a pitcher Cannonball Dick Redding is? He is a fastball pitcher. He threw almost only fastballs late in his career, developed a curve. Also had a hesitation pitch, but most of his, like Satchel Paige, most of his pitches were fastballs. There's Deacon Scott, 5'6", 34. Pop up on the infield. Let's see, is Redding got the Y mark. He is not a wide strikeout pitcher. I'm a little surprised by that, but 5'6" is going to be a pop out to shortstop. Play pop caught by Pop Lloyd. Here is Duffy Lewis, guardian of Duffy's Cliff in Sunlight Park in Boston. 3-2 is a ground ball to Bingo DeMoss at second base, who scoops and throws to first. It's clean inning for Redding. 0-0 going into the second inning. Let's say hello to King Twan Gaming, who joins us this morning. Check out King Twan Gaming's channel and also Cleveland Baseball Fans channel. They're both great channels for sports gaming entertainment. Let's see, Pop Lloyd is going to lead off for the Chicago American Giants in the top of the second inning. And Ernie Shore returns to the mound for the Red Sox. Pop Lloyd was one of the leading, was probably the best Negro League shortstop in all black baseball. You can see his statue at the shortstop position in the Negro League's Hall of Fame in Kansas City. Great offensive player, great defensive player. He has an Apba 10 at shortstop. That's a high defensive grade. Pop Lloyd rolls one to third base. Gardner picks it up and throws out the talented shortstop. One down. Frank Duncan. If you are a fan of Negro League baseball, there are 3 Frank Duncans in Negro League baseball. One who played for the Chicago American Giants, kind of a short outfielder. Then there was another Frank Duncan Sr. who played in the early 20s for the Kansas City Monarchs and later managed the Monarchs. And then Frank Duncan Sr. had a Frank Duncan Jr. who also played outfield and pitcher for the Monarchs. Became the first father-son duo to pitch and catch in the same game. Frank Duncan Jr. pitching and Frank Duncan Sr. for the Monarchs. This is a third Frank Duncan, so for years I was confused by all these Frank Duncans. 4-4 is a 8 against an AC pitcher. That's going to be an out. Popped up to third base. Larry Gardner has that one. Gardner has been busy on defense for the Red Sox this early part of the game. There's Billy Francis, good defensive third baseman for the Chicago American Giants. 43 is a comebacker back to Ernie Shore, who scoops and throws to Hablitzel at first. Another 3 up and 3 down inning. We go to the bottom of the second inning. Nothing. All right, if you've not been following the tournament, the way it's going to work is I'm moving up through baseball history, playing the Apba Classic teams that I own. I have a few of those. And then whoever wins the most games and stays at the top of the mountain the longest, the two teams will play in a Apba World Series. Here is Tris Speaker hitting for Boston here in the bottom of the second. 4-1. Ground ball to shortstop Pop Lloyd to throw to first. Speaker is cut down. Babe Ruth. 3-4 is a fly ball to center field. Pete Hill is in center field. Makes the catch. 2 outs. And now Larry Gardner, good offensive third baseman for the Red Sox, 56. And that's skied to right field. Jesse Barber is under that for the American Giants and makes the catch. Go to the top of the third. This game is still looking for their first base runner. It's going to be tough going for the others. These pitchers are outstanding. All right, Leroy Grant, the first baseman for the American Giants, starts off the top of the third, 5-3. 20 against fielding column 2. That's going to be hit on the ground to second base. Jack Berry boots it. It's an error. So there's our first base runner. E4. Bruce Petway, the catcher, had a poor, he was a Hall of Famer, but did not have a good offensive season. 1917. Kind of a hitter as a pitcher. Not great. All right, Petway's going to swing away. 4-5 is a 2 balls and no strikes. On Apba, when you have a 14, I'm got the wrong screen up here. My apologies. I get in a hurry and forget to do things. On Apba, when you have a 14 followed by an asterisk, that means he steals the base next time if there's base not occupied. In this case, the Z modifier takes away the walk, and it's 2 balls and no strikes to Petway. 6-5 popped up in the air to the catcher. That's caught by Ruff Kerrigan. Petway's the first out of the inning. Cannonball Dick Redding, do we want to sacrifice with already 1 out? No. 1-2 is a 25. That's going to be a double play ground ball. Barry to Scott to Hub Blitzel, 4-6-3. Pitcher's second best friend. So Short is out of the third. No runs a hit, nobody left. We go to the bottom of the third. Still no score. Let's see. Leading off for the Red Sox in the last of the third inning is Bill Kerrigan, Jack Berry, and then the pitcher. Both this game has seen the minimum number of batters so far, although we had our first base runner with a reach by an error in the last half inning. Pitch to Ruff Kerrigan, who was a player manager for the Red Sox. 1-4 is a 30 fly ball to left field, caught by Frank Duncan. 1 away. Here is Jack Berry. 3-1. 14, that's going to be a base on balls. Redding has a Z modifier, but that's still a walk unless it's a ZZ. So the Red Sox get their first runner. Here is Ernie Shore. 6-4 is a swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 away. Top of the order, and Dick Hablitzel. 3-4 is a fly ball to center field. Pete Hill has that under control. Makes the catch. Top of the fourth. Still no score. Let's see. And we're at the top of the order for the American Giants. Longest running franchise is black baseball. Started in 1911, officially under the name. Say hi to Al, Red Sox fan. They started out with a different name in 1910. They changed their name to the Chicago American Giants in 1911. They played through 1950. Here's Jesse Barber, the leadoff hitter. 2-5 is a 10 against an AC pitcher. I think that's going to be a hit. That's a single to center field. To be a hit in Apba, it's got to be against an AC pitcher. It's got to be in both columns. First hit in the game. Speed at first base for the American Giants. Here is Bingo DeMoss. We talked about it in the pregame, how this team loves to hit and run. So that's exactly what we're going to do. The runner is going to start, and here is the pitch to Bingo DeMoss. 2-3 is a 26. Ground out to the second baseman, Jack Berry. His only play is to first base. One away, and now the Giants have the game's first runner in scoring position for their best hitter, Pete Hill. There was a poll in the Pittsburgh Courier in 1952 talking about the best electing the best Negro League outfielders in the Negro League's history. Pete Hill was garnered the fourth most votes behind Oscar Charleston, Cristobal Torriente, and Monty Irvin. Here's the pitch to Pete Hill. 4-6 is a 12, the runner on second base. Fielding column 2, that's a strikeout. 2 down. Here is Pop Lloyd, another Hall of Famer. Hill, Lloyd, of course, Rube Foster, Hall of Famers. There's one other. Petway. I think Petway is also a Hall of Famer on this team. Pitch to Lloyd's a 3-3 roll. That's a hit column roll, and he's going to deliver. 6-3 is a double for Pop Lloyd. And the American Giants go up 1-0. That could be the game's only run. That's with the 2 AC pitchers going here. Big moment for the Chicago American Giants. That's why the American Giants, they played for 1 run. Lots of bunts, lots of hit and runs, a lot of steals, because they had exceptional pitching and defense. Here's the pitch to Frank Duncan, 2-1. Fly to left, and Duffy Lewis, just in front of Duffy's cliff in Fenway Park, makes the catch. But on 2 hits, there's a run. Go to the bottom of the 4th inning. The Chicago American Giants won, and the Boston Red Sox, nothing. Red Sox offense is now staring down the cannonball Dick Redding, behind by a run, which kind of looks bigger than normal. Ernie, let's see. Last out for the Red Sox was Hablitzo. So Everett Scott will lead off for Boston in the bottom of the 4th. Cannonball Dick Redding used a no windup delivery. And here it comes to Deacon Scott. 1-2 is a ground ball to second base. Bingo DeMoss scoops and throws to Grant at first. 1 away. Let's see. Here's Duffy Lewis. Normally you got Hooper, Speaker, and Lewis all rated 3s in Apba, which is the best rating for outfielders. They were a great defensive outfielder, but I wanted to get Babe Ruth back in there. He's playing right field. He's a 2. 5-5 is an 8 against the AC pitcher. That's going to be an out. Popped out to third. Credit Francis with the put out. Here is Tris Speaker from Hubbard City, Texas. That's near Wichita Falls, where my grandfather grew up. He was a cowboy. He was actually a real cowboy, as well as a baseball player. And in his youth, he fell off a horse, broke his arm so badly he had to learn to throw left-handed. He was born a natural right-hander. All right, 35 is a pop-up to the catcher. That's 3 up and 3 down for Dick Redding. We go to the 5th inning. No runs, hits, or errors. 1-0 Chicago American Giants. All right, Ernie Shore will lead off for the Red Sox. He pitched a no-hitter in 1917. Ernie Shore did. It was a combined no-hitter. Babe Ruth started a game against the Washington Senators, walked the first batter. Ruth was arguing with the umpire and, in fact, took a punch at the umpire, so he was ejected. And they brought in Ernie Shore, who retired the next 26 batters. So it was kind of a perfect game. And it was thought of as a perfect game for many years, but then later the official records changed it to a combined no-hitter. All right, Shore's got to face Billy Francis, lead off the top of the 5th. 4-6 is a ground ball to third. Throw to first, 1 down. First baseman Leroy Grant. 2-5 is a base hit for Grant. Pretty sure. It's a single in the A column and a single in the C column. Second hit for the American Giants, and he can steal on the next pitch. I give my catchers a chance to throw out the base runners in Apba Basic. And the Boston catcher is an 8 defensively, 11-23. He'll be out. 12, he is caught stealing. So Kerrigan puts a lid on that. Grant thrown out at second base. 2-4. 2 outs. And now Bruce Smithway is batting with the bases clear. 4-3 is a comebacker back to Ernie Shore. Goes to first, 3 outs. No runs on a hit. No errors and nobody left. Bottom of the 5th inning, it's 1-0, the Chicago American Giants. All right, Babe Ruth is going to start off the last of the 5th inning. He does have 1-1 on his card. He had three homers in 1915 with 100 at bats, about 103, I think. Oh, King Castro said the committee changed it from a perfect game to a no-hitter in 1991. Thank you, Ken, for adding that. Here's the pitch to the Babe. 1-1 roll for Ruth. Too bad the runs on 66. He's got a 4 on the 11. And that is going to be a leadoff double over third base. So Ruth goes the opposite way. And he will settle in at second base with the Red Sox first hit. And he's in scoring position with nobody out. Brings up Larry Gardner. Very good hitter. Hate to give up his at-bat for an sacrifice. Followed by Kerrigan and Jack Berry. We're going to move that runner to third. Go ahead and try to sacrifice. Put in comments if you think that's a dumb move. just write dumb. Okay, here we go. Here's the pitch to Gardner. 3-6 is a 33. Safe for first on the fielder's choice. That bunt was too close to the pitcher. Oh, wait a minute. Let me read that. I read the wrong page. Let's back up again. 33 is the same thing. Fielder's choice picked up by the catcher, and the catcher Petway throws to third to get Ruth sliding in the third. So fielder's choice, failed sacrifice, and Larry Gardner is at first base. Fast runner, but not happy that he failed to deliver on the execution here. Here's Ralph Kerrigan. He threw out a base runner last half inning. Here's the pitch to Kerrigan. 4-6 is a 38. Fielding column 1 Runner steals second, S holds at first. I don't make those automatic, but we are going to try to steal second. Petway is a fielding 9. 11 through 26, the batter will be out, or the base stealer will be out. 56 slides in safely with a stolen base, so they got their guy in scoring position. So that's Gardner. Second with one down. I just threw my dice across the room. Dice are flying everywhere. Duck. All right, to pitch to Kerrigan. 3-5 is a 36. And that is a wild pitch that goes back to the backstop that sends Gardner to third. One down first and third. American Giants are going to pull the infield in. I'm going to cut this off, keep their lead if they can. Kerrigan wants to get Wood on the ball. It's going to be tough. Cannonball Dick Redding is a AC pitcher. 6-1 is a 24 with the infield in. Fly ball to shallow left field. Racing back to make the catch is Pop Lloyd. The runner tags. He's going to try to score to throw to the plate. He is out at the plate, 6-2. So the Red Sox are trying to score with their legs, and it didn't work out great. That's the third out. No runs on one hit, no errors, and nobody left. At the top of the sixth inning, 1-0, Chicago American Giants. Liking this dead ball baseball. More action. Although I think there'll be more action coming into the baseball season this year. One thing I'm expecting more stolen bases if the bases are bigger, and they're bigger, cutting 4.5 inches between the base passes. That could be a huge difference. There could be more stolen bases in baseball this year. Dick Redding will lead off the top of the sixth for the American Giants. And I like eliminating the shift and keeping the infielders on the dirt. It just looks more like baseball to me. I think there should be more fight out in the field. 6-6 roll for Dick Redding, the pitcher. That's a hit column roll. And 5-5 is a drive. It is deep. It's not going to get out of here. Bounces off the warning track. Redding will settle into second base with a double. Third hit for the American Giants off of Ernie Shore. Jesse Barber comes to bat. He will sacrifice. Here's a pitch to Barber. 3-6 is a 33. And that's too close to the pitcher. He throws, that's the same thing as the last time. That's a catcher picking it up and throwing the third to retire Redding at third. 2-5. Fielder's choice for Barber at first. All right, history repeats itself. Bingo DeMoss. We're going to hit and run again. Let's see if these teams can execute a little better. Here's the pitch to Bingo DeMoss. 5-6 is a 34. Line drive to short. They're going to catch Barber off first. 6-3. And that execution blows up. No runs a hit, no errors. Both teams have had two base runners cut down on the base pass last two innings. Go to the bottom of the sixth inning, still 1-0 American Giants. This is not my day. Almost every managerial move I make blows up in my face. All right, it's going to be Jack Berry, the pitcher, and then to the top of the order for the Red Sox, only down by 1. We're in a struggle here. These teams have had each other's throats. 4-3 is a ground ball back to the pitcher, Dick Redding. Throws to Grant at first, and Barry is retired. King Twan Gaming says, yes, I have to start watching more games. And I think I will. I've not watched a lot of Major League Baseball as much as I usually do the past year or so, but I'm planning to this year. Here is Ernie Shore. 6-2 is a ground ball to third. Shore is 0 for 2. Top of the order to Dick Hablitzel. 4-5 is going to be a base on balls. Walk for Hablitzel. So the Red Sox leadoff hitter doing what leadoff hitters should do, get on base. There are 2 outs. And the batter is Deacon Scott, the shortstop. 4-2 to Deacon Scott is a fly ball to left field. Frank Duncan is under it and makes the catch. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left. Top of the 7th. It is 1-0 Chicago American Giants. Fatigue inning for both pitchers, both starting pitchers. If 3 bad things happen to them, the grade will go down to a pitcher, which won't matter much in this game. Both bullpens are not deep. Pete Hill will lead off for the American Giants. He is 0 for 2, but the only 300 hitter on the roster for or at least in the starting lineup, the American Giants. 34 is a fly ball to Tris Speaker, who plays at shallow center field, and Tris makes the catch. 1 down in the 7th. Here is Pop Lloyd. 5-5 is a 8 against the AC pitcher. I think this time I'll use the C column, see what it says on that. Oh, no, I can't use the C column. You have to use the A column for the out. If they pop out to third base, 2 outs. And now Frank Duncan. 5-2 is a ground ball to third base. Gardner scoops, long throw to Hablitzel, 3 outs. 3 up and 3 down. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. It is Chicago American Giants 1 and the Boston Red Sox 0. All right, Appa Lori is in the house. Let's hear some Take Me Out the Ball Game, my favorite song.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I ever get back, for it's root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame, for it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game.
All right, thank you, Apple Lori. We've been enjoying your rendition on the channel for years. Lost the file where you sang with Brian Longfield. I can't find that file. All right, in the bottom of the 7th inning, let's see. Writing's point of fatigue inning, and we're near the top of the order for the Red Sox. Lewis, Speaker, and Ruth. This is the inning to get it done. If Boston's ever going to get to Dick Redding. All right, here's the pitch to Duffy Lewis. 1-1 roll for Duffy Lewis. That's a hit column roll for Lewis. I just shook the field in the excitement here. Should be an extra base hit. Let's see what it is. 2-5 is a 2. That's more than extra bases. He's going to round second and go to third. It's a triple for Duffy Lewis. Leadoff triple. Best opportunity for the Red Sox in the game. No outs. White Sox will play the infield in. Here is Tris Speaker. Told you the Hall of Famers of the American Giants. There's Hall of Famers on this Red Sox team. Tris Speaker, Harry Hooper, I think, is in the Hall of Fame. And Red Sox fan, you should know that. Correct me if I'm wrong. Of course, Babe Ruth is in the Hall of Fame. There's a pitch to Tris in fields in. 2-3 is a 26. Fielding column 1. Base hit through second base. Speaker rolls it through the infield, through the drawn-in infield, and the game is tied. Red Sox 1 and the American Giants 1. Here's the Babe. Ruth doubled his last time up. Here's the pitch to Babe Ruth. 53 is a 21. Fielding column 1. Hit the third, or excuse me, hit the shortstop. And that's going to be an error by Pop Lloyd. A two-base error at throw. Let's see. Just a one-base error. First and second. E6. Still nobody out. Red Sox threatening to take the lead now. Larry Gardner, who is 0 for 2, steps into the box. Gardner also played on the championship Cleveland Indians 1920 team. Stretch. Now that's 3 bad things have happened to Redding, so now he is simply an A pitcher. He's no longer an AC pitcher. 1-1 roll for Larry Gardner. That's a hit column roll for him. 1-4 is a double to left center field. Both runners will score. And it is now Red Sox 3, American Giants 1. 2 RBIs for Gardner. At least one of those runs is not earned. 3-1 Boston. All my relief pitchers for the Chicago American Giants, I'm pretty sure, are D-rated pitchers. Wickware, Tyree, and Rude Foster, yeah, they're all D-rated pitchers, so it's going to be up to Redding to get out of this mess. Runner at second base. And the new batter is going to be Ruff Kerrigan. 5-5 roll to Kerrigan. That's a 9 against now an A pitcher. And that's a ground out to shortstop with Gardner going to third. So that's the first out in the inning. White Sox got burned the last time they played the infield end. They're going to, let's see, they're going to walk Berry and pitch to Shore. Set up a double play, play the infield normal depth. Here is the pitcher, Ernie Shore. 5-5 roll. That's a 21, first and third. That could be trouble. Ball, catcher throws wild to third on a pickoff play. Gardner will score. Berry goes to third, E2. 4-1, Boston won an inning for the Red Sox. (3-2) is a 26. Ground out to second base. Base runner goes to third. 2 outs. 2 errors in the inning that have really opened the door. Here's a Blitzel. Infield at normal depth. 5-2, 27 is a ground out to third base. Red Sox almost bat around. They get 3 hits and 4 runs. We go to the top of the 8th inning. 4-1 Red Sox. Almost going to say the horse is out of the barn. This is going to be a tough task to get to an AC pitcher. But the Red Sox got 2 Reading, so we'll see. Billy Francis leads off for the American Giants in the top of the 8th. Giants suddenly down by 3. 6-6 roll for Billy Francis. That's going to be a leadoff double. Apparently, the American Giants are not going to roll over and play dead. Fast runner at second base. 3 runs down. That takes away the sacrifices. There's Leroy Grant going to swing away. 6-3 is a fly ball to right field. Fast runner will go to third. Francis is fast, so he tags up and will be safe at third. Red Sox will play the infield back. Let's say hi to Kurt Berglund here. Thanks for joining us, Kurt. Love your channel. And if you get a chance, check out his channel. Bruce Petway, the batter for the American Giants. The infield is playing back. He has to pitch to Petway. 1-2 is a 25. Fielding column 2. That's a line drive to third base. Caught by Gardner, who steps on the bag, and Francis is out of third. We've had a lot of runners cut down on the base pass today. No runs, a hit, no errors. Near the bottom of the 8th inning, it is 4-1 Boston Red Sox. Missed opportunity for the American Giants. All right, Reading, he is fatigued, will return to the mound though. And Deacon Scott will lead off for the Red Sox in the last of the 8th. Let's see now, 3 things, hit, errors, and runs will take away a pitching level off the pitcher. We've had Reading reduced from an AC to an A pitcher. And since then, there have been 3 more things happened to him that was bad. That was an error, double, and another run. So Reading is a more tired guy. He's a B pitcher now. He's going to tough it out. He always did. He pitched both ends of double hitters during his career 12 times, I believe. All right, here is Deacon Scott stepping into the box at the bottom of the 8th inning. 3-5 is a 27 ground ball hit to third base. Billy Francis gloves it and throws the first. 1 down in the 8th. Duffy Lewis hitting third today. He had been batting second. 3-2 is a ground ball to second base. DeMoss throws him out. And now should be Speaker, the batter. The Babe's on deck. 2 outs, nobody on. 21 is a fly ball to right field. Jesse Barber tracks it down and makes the catch. Go to the top of the 9th. 4-1 Red Sox. All right, in Ernie Shore's fatigue, he has only had 1 bad thing happen to him, so he's still as fresh as a daisy. Cannonball Dick Redding is the first scheduled hitter of the inning. He will not bat. Smokey Wickware will get up in the bullpen in case they tie the score. And a pitch hitter will be sent up to the plate. That's going to be George Tubby Dixon, pitch hitting for the Chicago American Giants. Very limited rosters Negro League teams have. In fact, for the American Giants here, there are 4, 7, plus the 9, 16 players on their roster. So George Tubby Dixon batting for Dick Redding. Shore goes into the windup. Here's the pitch. 5-2 is a ground ball hit to third. Larry Gardner backs up a step, makes the catch, long throw across. 1 down. Jesse Barber. So you got the American Giants up now. 1-3 is a 42. That's going to be interesting. Barber gets hit by a pitch. Fast runner at first base. Tying run still on deck. Bingo DeMoss, one of the best ever second baseman in the Negro Leagues. Solid line drive hitter at the plate. 6-4 is a swing and a miss. Strike 3, 2 outs. And the last call is going to go to Pete Hill. 5-5 to Hill, 8 against an AC pitcher. That's going to be a ground out to first base. The first baseman, the Blitzels, flips to short covering. That's the 3rd out. And that's the ball game. The final score, the Chicago American Giants fall to the Boston Red Sox, who remain the Kings of the Hill. 4-1 is the final score. Good ball game. Let me catch up a little bit here on my score sheet. The American Giants had just 3 hits on the game. They committed 2 costly errors, both in the 7th inning. And then the Red Sox, they had only 4 hits in the game. And they committed 1 error, which didn't hurt them in the 3rd inning. A error by Barry, that let the leadoff runner get on second base. He was not advanced. So 4 runs, 4 hits, and 1 error for the Red Sox in this game. Red Sox are now 2-0, and they'll have a chance to go to 3-0 tomorrow. Who should we play next? Moving up to 19, or still in 1917, got a pretty good ball club out there in the Chicago White Sox. I for sure was going to play the White Sox if the American Giants won, but I may go to the 1919 Cincinnati Reds. I haven't made that decision yet. But we'll have a game tomorrow. I want to thank Ken Castro. It's the Red Sox fan, Kurt Berglund, and King Twan Gaming for joining us today, and also Appa Lori and Cleveland Baseball Fan. Check out all those channels, Cleveland Baseball Fan and Red Sox Fan. They had a great chat last night, Sunday night, with Anthony Cooks talking about Glory Days boxing. If you're a boxing fan, that's a great game. Anthony is also working on I believe he's working on a wrestling game along the lines of Glory Days boxing. Also, I'm looking forward to that coming out. But check out those channels, also King Twan Gaming. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a good day. May God bless.